What is going on, Nerdpur Raiders? Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for coming to hang here with us today as we continue to play Valheim in the Ashlands. Before we kick off the video, introductions are in order. I am Nick. This is Nerd Parade, and once again, thank you for coming to hang. If you want to support the Nerd Parade community, you can do so simply by tagging the thumbs up button in this video. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more cool content coming your way. However, if you want to be a bit more aggressive, check us out on patreon.com/nerdparade to earn cool rewards for your support. If you're not already a member of our gaming community, come game out with us at discord.gg/nerdparade. And if live streaming is more your speed, follow on twitch.tv/nerdparade for whenever we go live and do epic builds and epic things. That's going to do it for introductions, though. Let's kick our video off right. I have snagged us 2 of the tiers. We should have the cores. The metal's cooking. I got the fine wood. Before we go any further, I want to test this blast furnace. I want to see if it'll work. We know it works for black metal. But does it work for the glowing ore? If not, we can just break it down and whatever. You know, we've got the spot out here for the future and we'll build our little stone base. But it does work. I am going to be very excited to see what we can do. Okay, so we got 11. Perfect. Let's make an artisan table. We in crafting. What am I missing? Oh my god, I'm missing the actual wood. Can I store it? I have a solution for this. There. Wasn't the best solution, but it's the one that we came up with. Artisan table. There you go. Blast furnace. Come here, come here, come here. Let's try to actually get you spaced out to some place that makes sense. That surtling is getting a little close. For comforts. Break you so nothing bad happens to it. And we'll make our chest again. And I'll take a firebolt to the face. Don't mess with our stuff, Mr. Searchling. Oh, rainbow. My god, you just destroyed him. I think I might have whacked our portal. Nobody saw that.
Nope.
Nobody saw me whack the portal. Okay. There. We've cleared out the area. Let's find the metal. Here's the moment of truth. 11. You got 11 so far. My... Rainbow, it works! It's the it's the blast furnace. It's the blast furnace. Yep. Holy crap. I honestly half expected it to not even do anything.
Yep.
A man of few words. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. I agree. I concur, Nicholas. Nope. Just yep. Yep. So, now that this is here, we can crap. We can go back into crafting, we can make our thing bench, which I keep destroying chests in order to do. Thing bench. What am I missing now? Stone? I swear I had you. Here you are. That looks cool.
It does.
It looks like a molten ingot. I don't really know what I expected, but new material. Flame metal. Flame metal. I didn't learn any like weapons or anything.
I didn't either.
But I mean, oh, I was right all along. Pure shimmering core of a meteorite. It said meteor. Or I said meteor. And then the tooltip was confirmed meteor. I knew it all along. Quite proud of myself. Well, now that it's dark, and that we can't see anything except the burning redness in the back, I'm realizing that I didn't give us a whole hell of a lot of room after all.
Not really.
No, I was bad about the room that I gave. So, why don't I just flatten this out, and then we'll cultivate it, and then hopefully, I mean, it's just dark as hell. Let this smelt up, and make what is gonna be kind of ironic to build in the Ashlands, I think. We give you the vigloo. It is the Viking igloo, and the burning hot Ashlands and nowhere near the frozen tundra of the north where it would actually make sense. I told you it was going to be an ironic build, and Rambo has a pole in his butt. Currently. Rambo has cleared out our stone coffers, brought it all over here, and if you have seen any of the other crazy builds we've done here on the Nerdpree channel, we love messing with the out-of-the-box style thinking. We like to build out of the box, and I wanted to try to make an igloo out of stone, and we do this all the builds so far in Valheim. No build mods. There's no build mods running right now. So I've got each of these is a 2x. So double, and then I made the turn, double, then made the turn, and it all snapped in. So it's a little not perfectly round, but we're going to try to amend that here. Now with some of the building out of the box meticulous placement that you may have come to know and love from the Nerdpree channel, and to see if I can do this. I haven't tried this yet. I want to make sure that it actually works. Let's see if it's even. And I'm going to try to half on, half off. Okay, it is not immediately crumbling down. It shows green, so let's try a little higher. I am missing the requirement of... Oh my god! That moment when you're like deep and... I feel like that's happened to everybody in Valheim at least 5 times. Free placement. I may have a solution for it. We might be able to do the vigloo after all. Okay, so if I do this... Oh, so many snap points with stone. Now can I... Oh!
Very nice.
Give me that snap on the inside, though. Oh, I fell. Viking parkour. Let me in you, Mr. Stone. Let me inside you. Is that in?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it is a little bit in. But this one's gonna... Maybe it's just gonna have to be like that. Until we... make the round... Yeah, see, it's like... now it's almost even.
Yep.
Although that might not be a bad thing. Yeah, because we're going to have to slowly make it... I know what we can do. We need to eliminate one block as we go, I bet. So these should be even. No. I'm relying too much on snap points, and that's breaking the out-of-the-box thinking that I usually do. I'm going to have to free place this. I'm just going to have to free place every single one of these in order to get it done. It's got to be, It's got to line up, and it's got to be half on, half off. Now I can snap once I've done that, but here at the angles, I have to free place it.
No snappy for you.
No snap for me. This is why we can't have snapped things, but this is what I enjoy. I kind of like doing this, like, crazy out-of-the-box building stuff. So this is, I mean, honestly, really enjoyable for me. Move out of the way, big fat head. Can I... Are you actually going to snap? We're still going to shift place it by not holding the caps lock and holding shift. And we're going to stick you all the way in. I'm just going to make sure it lines up with the one that was placed before. The block that came before. Dude. It's going to be cool. Get out of my igloo. I just nudged you. Oh my god, I took fall damage from nudging you. So with that, let me work on... This will be the start-off point. This one I'm going to have to be free placed, I think. But these guys seem to snack... I'm sorry if you built that. And I took it out from under you. These guys seem to continue to give me structural support all the way up. So we build... Line it up, line it up. Okay, it's got to line up on each and every single one. Ooh, this is going to be tough. Snap you. I am very much feeling this build. This is going to be kind of crazy. An igloo in the volcanic lands. Only on Nerd Parade. What do we think of such ridiculous things? I'm worried that we're not going to be able to tag something from the other side. This is what I want to... I want to see how far we can go. It's going to be like a vigloo mid.
Yep, that's exactly what it's going to be.
It's going to be a vigloo mid. A Viking igloo pyramid. Because I don't know how else we can... Oh my god. Oh no! I'm not going to be able to do it like that after seeing this. I'm going to have to build it more around... Oh, okay, back to the drawing. No, we will do this. I have big plans.
Ow.
I would have to take it in. Oh my, maybe I can halvesy it. Here we go. So half and half on this one, like so. And then I'll shift place it in. There's no way that I'm going to be able to pre-build. I'm going to have to build each circular layer going up, and this is going to be wild. This is going to be real wild. The vigloo. The pigloo, which is pyramid igloo, the burial chamber that sits before us, was our first experimentation with complete stone building in the form of an igloo. And the way that I built this is, as you kind of saw a little bit before, is we started in one area and then went all the way around and then kind of looped it. And eventually I was able to do something really cool, which is kind of sort of barely connect these two guys right here to form some kind of like a doorway. And then it got to the point where we were all the way up in here and I was getting very little structural support. So I had to start building it, like have the stone blocks go in and then like stack them up so I could eventually get some sort of ceiling on it. I think on the outside, this kind of looks a little poopy, but on the inside, it looks good. It looks pretty good on the inside because it sort of seems to line up. However, as is Nerd Parade tradition, I wasn't 100% satisfied with this. So instead of like tearing it all down and doing something crazy like that, we've turned it into more of like a burial chamber or a sleeping chamber where we can come in here and sleep. And then I did something completely different and then built this guy. Now this one is going to look better. It's going to look more aesthetically pleasing. This guy is all built free place, where I'm holding shift and I'm free placing everything and I'm trying to get it to go up in an igloo fashion. I'm going in a circular pattern. And then this one, I did something similar yet different. So for these builds, the bottom frame is exactly the same. I didn't mean to rhyme, it just happens. So the frames are the exact same, except for this one, I moved it. They're the same, but they're not, except for this one I made a little bit more narrow because of the way that it kind of comes in. So this one's a little bit more narrow for an entrance, but everything is the same. And the reason why I did that is so I could build this guy. Instead of going in a circular pattern, I went in a pattern like on the outsides meeting in the middle. I'm doing a really weird job explaining that, but I did one, then one, then one, then one. So I went like back and forth all the way around until I met at the other end. So I kind of built them parallel to one another. And why I did that is so that I could get the snap points. So this one is completely built off snap points, and this one is completely built freehand. So now's a good time to say, let me know which one you guys think looks better in the comments. Which one do you prefer? I mean, this one looks... Sure, it's got its flaws, but it looks kind of like a burial chamber, like it was thrown together how it would be in history. Whereas this one I tried to build as close to OCD perfection as possible with snapping everything off of snap points. So you'll see if we go inside here, we turn this into the blast furnace area and the smelter area and put the portal in here, and everything is like perfectly symmetrical in here with minimalized clipping because I really abused the snap points for building in this one. I'm going to show you kind of how I did it. We talked about it just a bit, but we're going to talk about it a little bit more. So I laid out a block going this way, then going the other way, snapping onto it. You'll see that these two are snapped onto this one. And then I snapped this one onto that one, and then I kept alternating. So it was like a back and forth alternation. So it almost looks like a tiered cake, essentially the way we built this one. and I had to put a couple of gaps in here just because it needed to stay relatively even, and it almost comes into like a teardrop shape as we go to the back part of this area, because if I didn't make this small teardrop shape as the tiers of this cake build continued upwards, we'd have gaps where the stone wasn't covered, and it ended up looking weird. So I made the teardrop shape, and then at the top, everything snapped together. It kind of ended up looking really, really good and snapped together, and we got a ceiling on it. That one, I just threw like a crappy little coverage on there just so we had something, and I accidentally bone masked myself. That's fine. It's just how we do. And this one is kind of my favorite. I'm not trying to be biased and pollute the voting pool here, because I do want you guys to pick your favorite. Let me know if you prefer the burial chamber or the smelter chamber. Or you could just say free placed or snapped. I prefer the snapped one just because it's me. I like the OCD friendliness. I like the symmetry. And to me, it's just more aesthetically pleasing because of that. Now, this one is beautiful because of its flaws, because things didn't necessarily all come together, and I built it in the circular pattern like a spiral, kind of going up, but it still looks pretty nice on the inside. But this one is my favorite. So let's take a look on the inside of it, and it all comes together really, really well, as best as it possibly can, using the vanilla stone blocks here that don't really have a consistent, like, pattern shape to them. So, like here, these are spaced exactly even, but the way that the stone block is, like, shaped, it looks like it's slightly off. But it's really not, because they're all snapped off of the snap points. It's a little wild. The stone frustrates me ever so slightly in that manner, just because I'm a perfectionist when it comes to doing crazy build stuff. But this one I'm definitely the most proud of, and I wanted to accomplish something with the vigloos, the Viking igloos, is to build entirely out of stone without using any type of wood, because one, to do that is a bit of a challenge. Building completely out of stone, the way that it snaps and the way that it functions, is a little bit more challenging, in my opinion, than building out of your wood your wood stuff, where everything kind of snaps together nicely. And stone, it'll snap together, sure, but it doesn't seem like it fits as well as wood. I feel like those of you that built with both tiers kind of like understand a little bit what I mean. And stone has wonkier support than things like the core wood or the wood iron poles and things of that nature, in the sense that they all act as kind of like foundations, whereas the core wood, for example, will apply support elsewhere. I'm doing a really bad job of explaining it, but those of you that have messed with the Valheim build system are kind of picking up what I'm putting down at this point. And the stone, the thing that I was really so surprised about is that the stone continued to offer total support all the way up, even if we were just hitting the edge of it, clipping onto the edge of it as we went up, and we continued to. So I would go half on, half off, then further half on, half off, and then all the way up. And it had no structural support issues, but much like the height of this one, we reached about the same height here before we turned to light green, yellow, orange, red, and then super red, and then I couldn't build anything else on top of it. So they did stack up to the exact same height. But this is what we ended up going with. I just wasn't satisfied with this build. And when I'm not satisfied with something, I continue on until I am satisfied with it. If you've watched any of the Nerd Parade live streams, you'll know that this is very true. And this is what we've ended up with. The two vigloos in the Ashlands. The two vigloos of Valheim in the Ashlands, which really nothing else is going to happen with. And what I mean by that is, in the time that we were building these, a post came out on Twitter from Irongate, from the developers of Valheim, saying that any new additions will be generated on a new seed map, kind of like what we were thinking, which means that this will never get up. Our current world will never be updated. It is what it is forever. It doesn't necessarily need to go anywhere, but we've reached the end of this world, except for I've been told there's one other biome that we haven't explored at all, which happens to be much like, I guess this is the southern area. The Ashlands is the South Pole, whereas the North Pole, there's another biome up here called the Deep North. But I've been told not to waste my time because there's absolutely nothing in it. It's just a barren tundra with some interesting like iceberg things that you can walk on, and that's it. There's nothing else up there is what I've been told currently at the state of the game. So there's no real reason for us to go up there other than just to see it and then be like, oh cool, and then walk away. So at this stage in the game, what we're going to do is something that we've been planning on doing for a really long time, since our world now at this point is kind of complete, is we're going to start a new world utilizing the Valheim Plus mod, which adds so many new features to the game, as well as not really changing the building core mechanics of Valheim, but it adds apparently different rotations of stuff. So let me get some stone and talk to you about the way that this was described to me. And I'm going to try to build something here real quick, just right here in front of us. So as you can see, we've got our stone piece here. What Valheim Plus does, look, if we tilt it like so, it adds like another tick halfway in there, is what I've kind of been told. Like, I really like the building system because it adds more snap points. It doesn't take away, it just adds more. So it adds like additional snap points. So we'll have extra snap points from this when it comes to like angles. I think something like a 7-degree angle was mentioned, which means we can do crazy, crazy builds with all different types of angles. So it's something that I'm really excited about, but haven't experienced yet for myself, so I can't speak for experience, just repeating what I've kind of been told and how much I'll enjoy it. So we're looking forward to doing that and starting kind of fresh with a new challenge using Valheim Plus. Now here's the challenge. We're going to use our same characters, but they will be naked, and we will be starting over fresh. This world will not go anywhere. We're going to keep it around probably forever, and we'll be taking our current characters over with no gear at all to start out Valheim Plus. So the reason why I want to do this is because I really like the skill system, and I kind of don't want to start the skill system over from scratch. I want to continue to progress my character. Now, we've already got this mod on this server, and I believe Valheim Plus adds it too, but it's the no death penalty, so our skills will essentially never decrease. They'll only just increase. And I want to try to get our characters to be more god than, or more demigod than man, by maxing out all their skills. I think it would be a lot of fun. So that's the purpose of us taking over our characters. However, gear plays such a big factor into Valheim, it's not gonna be that much of a boost for us. But with that said, this concludes, this is the ending of our first sort of season on Valheim. Next episode will be our tinkerings with Valheim Plus, and I'm going to start over once again at episode 1. Mine is now back from vacation at this point, so he'll be rejoining us. Rambo has his internet fixed. Hopefully it'll stay fixed the entirety of the season if he wants to play with us too. And it's going to be a lot of fun because I love the building. All right, enough gushing. I've done far too much of it. This is where we leave you for now, guys. Thank you so much for coming to hang. Tag the thumbs up button for me if you like this video, if you're excited for Valheim Plus. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel for more cool videos coming your way. Come and hang with us live on twitch.tv/nerdparade. Whenever we go live and do epic builds, we're going to be building with Valheim Plus to get the kind of feel of it. I'm really excited, but enough of my gushing. Take care of yourselves, stay awesome, and until the next one, later.